Oh, good.
Oh, we're on. Okay. Sorry, I'm not really with it tonight. It's welcome to Team Training, guys. It's the 19th of September 2017, a day I will remember forever. Because I sold my business
Yes! So exciting.
today. Yay.
Did you sell both of them, finally?
Only one. I've got a few people looking at the other one though. The one that I work in, I sold, so that's probably great because I'm free.
Yes.
Yeah, so more time for me. So I've just written down a couple of things and just been going through a few notes and things that I've had on past trainings myself, just to share a few things with you girls. A couple of things first, formality things. I'm not sure if Tracy shared it in our group, information around the Amigas. We cannot share pictures that have the Amiga numbers on it. Okay, so I have taken out what I did see in the Team Believe page around the photos in the album. But if you do have them on your timeline, guys, please go and take them down. It's a formality from Juice Plus head office. Please don't ask me why right now, because I seriously have not looked into it much, but obviously there is something around TGA and all that kind of stuff that we need to be mindful of that. So that's just something that we need to get on top of. It hasn't been released yet, but being in the Q group, we have information prior, and the 90-day game plan in New Zealand. So it's not actually 90-day game plan, I guess it's called the Success Summit, but it's equivalent to our 90-day game plan. So for those of you that are in New Zealand or have team in New Zealand, on the 11th of November, it will be in Christchurch. And then on the 18th of November, it will be in Auckland. So I really encourage you guys, if you do have team there, that and the team that are there, I know a lot of you aren't on the call, but hopefully you're watching the recording, to get to that. You know, Celine's going to be there. I believe maybe Gordon Hester might be there as well. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know Celine is 100%. Brian Marsh is going, Adam Westwick's going, and hopefully now that I'm free, I will be, you know, heading over there as well because I have team, but that's to be confirmed with, I don't know what my life's going at the moment, so I need to see where I'm going to be at that point in time. And if anyone wants to utilize it, you know, as a time to go on a holiday, you know, to New Zealand and do a trip, you know, and start to network a little bit, I'm sure, because there's a week in between events, I'm sure there's going to be actually a lot of events being held. So if you have prospects in New Zealand, be certainly nurturing those relationships now, because come, you know, 11th of November, between the 11th and the 18th, Brian and Adam, I'm sure, are going to be on the road doing events, you know, and really impacting. There's so much opportunity over there. So if you do have connections over there, start nurturing those relationships, start connecting with them on Facebook, kiss, kiss, hug, you know, those kind of things. Contacts the team that you already have there, have them start to build some more relationships in preparation that when that comes out, then you can start to connect them into those, you know, events. You know, the power of Brian and Adam is pretty amazing when they do host events. So they're, you know, going to be on the road. I'm sure a lot more information will come out about it, you know, after this little event tour that they're doing at the moment. Amigas, if you're not on them yourselves, I don't know, get on them, guys. It's a no-brainer. Be a product of the product. You know, it's like anything in our business. To be able to share and recommend them, it's really being able to see the benefits, you know, for yourself. I know when I got them from America, we went out without really quick because the whole family had them. So I'm excited to get them back in, but to be able to share that story, you know, it makes a massive difference in being able to have your customers connect on that as well when you have that real story of how it's helped you, you know, and your family. There's also a Team Believe competition around Amigas. So for every Amiga order, you're going into the draw. So comment on the link thread on the page when you get an order. Your own customer order counts as well. So it's just to give back to you guys, you know, to promote the product, you know, as well. And it's just a great opportunity to get more payline, more opportunity to get to qualification. You might be really super close to promoting, you know, and it's a whole new product that you can recommend to people that maybe they weren't interested in fruit and vegetables. I don't know why, but maybe they weren't. So maybe they're more about the omegas and they hate the fishy and they really want to take something like that, or we have that option for them. So there's loads of opportunity out there for you guys to really start to share that product. And then obviously the 8-week shred as well. So loads of stuff that you guys can tap into right now to really help you build your business and start to think about what's going to land in your bank account for Christmas. You don't have many more pays from Juice Plus before Christmas. There's literally 3, you know, so where do you want that to be on the 10th of December? You know, you've got the 8th, the October and November. If you start building, you know, what can you increase that each month? If you can do 1,000 this month, then why can't you do 1,250, 1,500 next month? You know, and then the following month, you know, where can you be? So just starting to have a bit of an idea, a bit of a vision of what would you like to land in your bank account on the 10th of December? You know, what would make a difference to you for Christmas? What would you be able to spend that on? And start to plan for that. You've got 3 months. We've got some amazing things coming up, like the 90-day game plan, where you're going to have loads more resources, you know, to really maximize the opportunity in front of you. One thing that Celine shared the other day on the Q call, and I really loved it, and I actually took it on board myself, that it's not something I do enough. We do so much recognition in our page. You know, we promote our team and we praise them and raise them up, and we're so amazing at that. But she was saying something simple like, do you send your team, you know, a regular card, especially those people that are at DVF and have been for like 12 months, 2 years, and they still have their 5 customers? You know, do you actually love on them, or do you go, well, they're there, you know, so they're not actually really interested in this business? Do you actually send them something? Do you give them any credit? And I was like, you know what, it was a bit of an aha moment, you know, that I've got my little cards done and it's got, you know, the Lifestyle Mum and my email address and phone number and stuff on it. A handwritten card in the mail to them to just say to them, hey, I just wanted to reach out and say thank you for continuing on this journey. I really appreciate, you know, everything that you do. I'm really grateful to have you on this journey, and I just wanted to let you know you're a blessing, you know, with what you're doing. Let them know that you do appreciate them for where they're at, and it's okay that they want to stay at DVF or DVF or whatever it might be. Maybe they're not that, you know, entrepreneurial kind of person, and they're happy to have a couple of $100 lying in their bank account each month, and that's what makes a difference to them right now. So I kind of took something away from that, wow, I'm actually going to start doing that, is just to really not just always praise those people that are doing amazing and do that month in, month out, because there is people that just continually do well in your business. We do need to look at those others because they're 80% of your business. They're 80% of your paycheck. And if you're not loving on them, it's 80% that could be gone really quick, you know. So it was a bit of an aha moment for me to be able to, and it doesn't cost much to do that. You know, and it's quite impactful when they get something in the mail, because what do we get in the mail? Bills, you know, and that's about it. It's really
Juice Plus.
Juice Plus, bills, and the crap my son orders online with my credit card that I gave him once, and it hasn't stopped. So that's been fun. So a couple of things. I was talking a little bit about goals, you know, so I'm going to talk about money tonight, because money can be a dirty thing. It can be something that people have a lot of problems with. And really just going to what does money mean to you? You know, what is it actually to you? And I guess trying to get uncomfortable with your comfort zone, you know, change your zero. I don't know if anyone's heard the change zero. So if you're happy when you look at your bank account and it has $1,000 in there, and that's where you're comfortable, you need to change that zero. Okay, so it needs to be like, well, I'm not actually comfortable with that, because if you're comfortable with having $1,000 in there, then that's where it's going to stay. And you're probably not going to get it to $10,000, because you're not going to go outside of your comfort zone. You're not going to do what you need to have that $10,000 because you're comfortable there. And you're like, that's okay. If that bill comes in the post, I've actually got $1,000 there so I can pay it. So what is your zero? And start to build some more belief around, you know, what you are worth and what you deserve to have in your bank account. It's a massive thing. And I had it on my own journey with the gym. So a classic example for us, when my husband and I first started in the fitness industry, the gym 5.5 years ago, we went from zero to massive income very, very quickly. Like It was that quick that I was just like, wow, I just didn't know. It was probably like a 6 to 9 month period. And I was able to step out of the gym. I had a manager in there. I was really comfortable, right, with what was coming in. But now I look back, and it's only on this journey that I realized that I actually probably wasn't comfortable with the money that was in there, because it slowly dropped off. And it was only that I pulled my head in and started to invest the dollars that I was fortunate that I didn't lose it, because the money that we started to have banking up in our bank account was nothing that I was ever used to. So I wasn't comfortable with that. I couldn't change my zero. And I needed another zero on there to keep that in there. And it's probably hard for you guys to understand that. Like, God, if I have 20,000 or 200,000, I'm going to be happy. But the reality is, if you're used to having something that's your comfort zone, you will quite easily let it go back to that. And maybe you won't do what needs to happen this month to keep that zero there. Does that make sense to you guys? Or is it like, oh my God, I can't even follow what she's saying? So really push your comfort levels. And when you see that dollars figure, hold on, can't read my own handwriting. Yeah, so when, really push your comfort levels, and when you see those dollars, own that you're not happy with that. Own it. Be like, I'm not happy with that. I actually want more. Because that's what's going to push you. If you stay that you're happy, well, that's exactly where you're going to stay. And start to believe in yourself that you do deserve more. Own that. We all say our I am statements. We all say I am amazing. I am deserving. Maybe start to have some, I am statements around what you deserve in your bank account every day. I am deserving of $20,000 a month, $20,000 in my bank, or I am deserving of 1,000, whatever it might be, of what, pushing that limit a little bit further to what you're used to having. We've probably all got a set amount that kind of sits in our bank account. Might go up and down a little bit. If it's like mine, where I go on holidays all the time, it kind of goes down. But, think about, where are you comfortable right now? So that kind of comes into our financial thermometer. So we all have a financial thermometer on where we are sitting. You need to challenge it and raise yourself up, to change that. If you can't change that financial thermometer, it's going to stay exactly where it is. So starting to own what money means to you. I don't know if you guys have got a pen and paper, but I did this activity in the MFA, and it was something I started to look around purely because we've sold the gym and we are going to have money coming in. But I need to start thinking about money again, because I'm like, okay, what do we do now? Where do I invest this? What do I do with it? Am I comfortable with this? Where's my financial thermometer? Because a lot of this is going to happen. So it's starting to think about, what would an extra 1K per month mean to you? And really get clear and write exactly down, what would it do? If on top of what you're earning right now, if you had $1,000 more per month, what would you do with it? Would it mean that you can get Tanika can get her Range Rover Sport? Because that's what Nick and I both want. It might be a race to the line of who gets it. We might be hustling, because it's actually that, I hate to tell you, Nick, but that's not going to pay for the Range Rover Sport 1,000. You need more than that per month. I've done the numbers. I think we need about 2. So, what does it help you get? Something that you're not having right now, and get really specific. I can't say the word that Simon says, it's specificity or something, but can you say it, Nick? I can't even say it. It's so hard.
Yeah, you said it. That's right.
I said it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound right. But yeah, you really need to get super specific. The more specific you get on this, the more you'll get out of it. Okay, so what does $1,000 a month mean? And I actually have mine written down. It would help to pay for go-karting. Like, seriously, when did I goddamn do this? In 2016? I don't want to do go-karting. And then we're going to take it to the next level. What would $2,500 a month mean to you? What is that going to start to give you every month? So just jot down some little points. And maybe right now is not exactly the time to do the activity. Maybe you might put a couple of things down now, but write down the amounts, because I'd really like you guys to actually spend some time quiet, no kids around, and really sit there and think about it and get really clear on this, because once you're clear on it and you know exactly what that's going to give you, how much more you're going to strive to create that kind of income when you know that, wow, if I actually get 5K a month, I'm getting a Range Rover Sport. Like, I'm going to work to get that. You know, it means a lot more to you. So the next one is 5K. Yeah.
My friend just got a Range Rover Sport and it cost her $137,000 just for bits and pieces. She didn't even get a sunroof or anything like that because it was adding up and up and up.
Yeah, they're crazy, right?
$37,000.
Yeah.
For a freaking car. She's about to have a baby, so it's going to have, I don't know, vomit and shit everywhere in it.
Literally.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of dollars. I know, that's why I haven't bought one. I keep on going, I like my Audi, I'll stay with that.
Might need to be NMD 5,000 club.
5,000 club.
I reckon if I was 100 club, I'd justify my Range Rover Sport. So the 5,000, what does that mean for you? You know, get really specific again. And then we're going to basically, an extra 10K. I was going to do 10K and I was going to get a Louis Vuitton bag. Jesus. I'm just like, why wasn't I getting it at like 2K? I don't know what Louis Vuitton I was buying, but I was buying a pretty fancy one at 10,000.
How funny is it when you actually look back on stuff that you've done in personal development courses and stuff from a year ago? I was doing that the other day too, and it's like, why would I write that down? Like, what was I thinking?
And I get to shop at Tiffany's if I have 10,000. That's quite funny. So basically from there, guys, it's then to start to think, you know, 15,000, 25,000. You actually get to a spot, and when Simon shared this with us, I was like, this is so wrong, that you really don't, you'll get your thermometer, you'll get your little boundary, you know, and then you'll be like, I actually can't even think of what I would do if I got to that. And I got up to, oh God, I was still going. I got up to nearly 100K a month before I was tapped out and couldn't think, you know, because obviously I had some high standards in there. But really start to think, you know, where do you tap out? Because there'll be some stuff around money and some beliefs around your values and what you're worth, you know, and that's where you might be like, you know what, I need to go to work on this because I'm not going to, you know, keep on earning anymore. And if you look at your 12-month analysis, maybe it might be sitting at a certain kind of point, and there's like, okay, is there something I can do right now to change that? You know, is there a couple of key words that I can use? You know, I had my keywords actually written down here. You know, how can I use more of my determination? How can I use more of my vision, more of my passion, you know, right now to change the situation? Start to think about that. You know, how can I use my vision to change this situation, this belief I have around money? So keep on going through it. It's really interesting. Like when I got to 50K a month, I'm taking my whole family to Bora Bora, the Maldives and Hawaii. You know, it was starting to, and now I look at it, it wasn't until I got to 50K a month that I started to actually help my family. Like it's a little bit selfish now I look back on it. But that was obviously where I was at that point in time, and the other things that I jotted down. So really get specific on that, and start to work out where you are, you know, in your money thing. But what the activity mainly does for you is it really gets you excited on what you can create, you know, by earning that additional income, because sometimes we actually have no idea what it would create. So therefore we have no vision. And then when it comes to the push and hustle and end of month and that couple more reach outs, there's no real purpose behind it because there's no vision of what it's actually going to give you. You have no idea of that. So if you know that, wow, if I do 2K a month, it's going to mean this, and I've literally got to help this person get here, how much more you're going to try and do that, as opposed to, oh, they're not going to make it this month, they'll make it next month. You know, because you really don't know what you're going to achieve from that and how that's going to show up in your life. So I hope that helps you guys a little bit around money. I just want to talk a little bit about it because I know coming into Christmas, people are going to want it and they're going to want a lot more of it. We go on holidays. We've got kids on school holidays, which most of us are mamas, and they cost a fortune on the school holidays. So, you know, it certainly does help. And just to start to help you build your beliefs a little bit more around what you are worth, you know, because you guys are worth a lot more than what you actually believe in yourself, you know, and you really, I guess, feel that you're worth. The only other thing that I came across when I was doing a little bit of my researching back into some notes is I saw this cool thing that I wrote down once, and it was a few disciplines done over and over again will get multiple rewards. And I really love that. And I was like, you know, I'm actually going to put that statement up somewhere because it is so true. It's only a few little disciplines, and you just use your discipline and do it over and over again. You know, and it will give you multiple rewards. Hi.
Good night, darling. I'll let you go, you guys. Let you go. Close the door. Go on. Close my door.
So that's all I have tonight, guys. Has anyone got any Q&A or anything they want to ask?
You know how when we get a new teamie that their renewal date is 12 months after they joined, did that start this year? So, for example, if somebody started in April, does that mean April next year they renew?
Yeah.
Okay, so it started this year. Okay. So, you know how there's always a grace period for franchisees to renew, and it's always, you know, till the bitter end. Can you still use them as promotion structure for yourself? Okay.
If they're past that renewal date, so...
No, but I mean, like, if they're still in that twilight zone of, come on, okay.
No, if they're past that little 6 months, 12 months that Juice Plus give them, really, it goes on forever sometimes.
No, but I mean, like, even, so for example, this year was, okay, renewal date was what, January sometime?
Yeah.
But there was leeway till, I don't know, there was, it seemed like forever afterwards.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you mean, but no, you won't be able to utilise them as a structure. Head office will say basically pay that renewal, and then they straight away they're back to, you know, where they don't lose their ranking or anything. They stay exactly where they are, but you'll need to pay that.
Yeah, okay.
Has anyone else got anything? Very quiet. Jeez, it's like
Tracy's trying to talk, but she's on mute.
Oh, she's still awake.
No, I said, I'm on mute. I've got nothing. Stuff I need to do. What do you call it? Reverse engineered.
Yeah.
Gotta get some. Gotta make shit happen.
Katie and I
After.
would be happy to jump on a call with you, Trace, if you want it. Like, if you're pretty specific now with the exact amount of money that you want to earn in your bank account, like Katie and I would be happy to jump on a call. I'm speaking for Kate because I know, of course, she would be there to support her teamie. Yeah, so just yell out if you want to do that.
Thank you. Well, I pretty much worked it out that if I'm earning X amount now, then I need to do 6 times as much as what I'm doing to make it worth my while. So,
love it. That's a good goal. Get to work, Kat.
off you go, honey.
You thought you were sleeping tonight, don't you, Trace? Sorry.
She's going to be dreaming about what 25k, 50k, what all these things a month mean to her.
If you want to build your business by 6 times, I'd be speaking to 6 times as many people as you're speaking to right now. Like, if you message one person a day or have one conversation, have 6. It could be
that's it.
But
you've gone a bit
you've actually, like, you've put on 2 or 3 teamies in the last month or something, Trace. So you've got that momentum going now.
Fingers crossed, Tanika. Fingers crossed.
It's all about mindset.
Yeah.
It's all about the mindset.
You'll attract what you
No, I put that I was the most excited person in the world, the fact that bloody the top leader of our company reached out to one of my potentials and point blank said, I'd like to get on a call with you. And she sends me a freaking private message going, I bet you he does that for everyone. Why am I getting treatment? You must have worded him up. I didn't even have a conversation with him about it.
Who was that?
Oh, long story, Tanika will tell you.
I'll feel you.
Another night, mate.
Catch up.
Okay, I have to have a conversation with you because I need to know how you get Adam on calls then. That'd be really cool to know. What are you doing?
Oh,
But it was just
Tell me about
funny
it.
that, like, she's like, I'm sure he probably does this with everyone. And we're like, you're probably about, like, 7 down the line from him. And no, this does not happen regularly. So,
I'm number 1.
yeah, exactly.
Who's Adam?
Yeah.
I don't know who he is.
Funny.
Oh.
Has anyone else got anything? I'm like super tired tonight. I think I've had too much excitement and stress and all emotions rolled into one today.
Yeah. You'll wake up in the morning and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I don't have to go to the gym. It's like,
I don't know what to do.
I don't have a gym.
I actually
Oh, now you have to.
training tonight. What time do you want me to come in? And he said, oh, just pop in every now and then. And I'm like, sure, okay. So tomorrow I actually don't know what to do. I'm like, maybe I'll go to Burleigh and go for a walk, or I don't know, I'm going to be a little lost. Be like a little lost puppy. Oh, funny.
You deserve it. You need a break.
You looked awesome tonight, Kylie, on Zoom. You've been so stressed and so tired. You looked really good.
Aww.
It's been lifted off your shoulders.
Oh, that's good. I feel like it. I feel really good. Like I'm just like,
Hey, I've got something really random to share. I never normally watch television, but first dates tonight, my hairdresser was on it.
Oh.
Danielle Cooper.
What's the show called?
First dates.
Okay. What time is it on?
It was on at 7 o'clock. That's why I was very distracted. 8 o'clock when I was watching our get together, our Zoom.
Did you know she was going on it?
I knew that she started up a group chat on Friday with a whole heap of like 100 people. So I knew then, but obviously until then it's been a huge secret because it was filmed months and months and months ago.
Is this the Danielle that was in our team?
No.
Oh, I hope she hooked up.
Well, she did. So far, so good.
So guys, I'm sorry to this is actually Juice Plus related though, so I'll keep it really short and sweet. On what not to do, I actually had a girl who has not contacted me or anything for probably 7 years send me a request to a morning tea at her house saying, hey girls, it's been so long between catch-ups, I've been so busy with my little one, would love for you guys to come over for morning tea. And this was a girl who used to work with my ex-boyfriend. So I have but I was one of 12 or 13 invited to this morning tea at her house. And then she goes, and I'd also love to talk to you about these amazing products that I've got from Road and Fields or whatever it was. And it just gave me the absolute shit that this person who I hadn't spoken to for 6 or 7 years just point blank, did it in a group group event message, and it was just really random. So there's dickheads like that bring it.
Like, that's not how you do business.
No. That's not at all. Like, how bad is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I should read the email, but the message on Facebook. But it was like, "Hey girls, it's been so long." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Mate, I think you and I went out for dinner once, even when I was with this guy." Like, it was so weird. But anyway.
It must be what they teach them, because I've had so many people.
I've had 3 or 4 people this week.
You do it this week,
Yep.
especially because it's out.
They launched or something.
Yeah, launched.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if it's overseas companies launching in Australia, because that Rowan Fields and all of the random ones, if, you know, not that I've had a lot, but I've had a few, it's like the next big thing type thing that's going to launch in Australia. So you've got to, you know, you've got to get in at the top to make anything of it type scenario. So if you don't come with me, then you won't win. You know, that sort of stuff. So it'd be interesting to see if that's what the overseas network marketing, if you know what I mean, teaches.
Yeah. Trace and I are going camping for a week on Sunday, and we're spending a week with one of our good friends who has just got into Ronan Fields, and she got Trace and I over for coffee like months ago now, and she was trying to like convert us or telling us that we can actually do both. Like, we're like, no, sorry, we can't actually do both in our business because we're SCs and above, so that can't happen. So it'll be interesting when we're away to see, you know, what she shares with us about it. So we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
So is that true, Nick, that you legally can't do 2 network marketing companies if you're at a certain level in one of them?
Yeah, you can't be past SC and be involved in another network marketing company.
Well, Juice Plus doesn't allow you. Maybe other companies might allow you.
Yeah.
But if Juice Plus sees that but even if you're at like SDVF or something and they see that you're actively doing 2 businesses, they won't let you promote past SC. Because after SC, it's leadership. And they're basically like, well, how do you lead a team when you're doing multiple network marketing businesses? We know you can't be successful in multiple. You've got to invest your time, you know, in one.
A friend of mine does that World Ventures, and we were talking about it one day, and she said something about that their rules were, World Ventures rules were the same thing, and she said it is Juice Plus the same, and at the time I'm like, I'm not sure. This was ages ago.
Yeah, no, we're not allowed, which makes sense.
Yeah, we can only concentrate on one thing at once.
Yeah.
At that level.
You'll have got the product right, because I have heard good things, and I really want to get the microdermabrasion one to get rid of my scarring.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive though. Trace and I were talking about it the other day when she was telling us prices and stuff. It's like, I don't know, it's about $70 a month or something that you're spending on skincare.
It's not good, Trace. It's like that. Have you heard of that? What's that pimple cream stuff that was advertised?
Yeah, it's from the creators of Roaccutane. It's got
Proactive.
Yeah, it's got
it's strict.
Sort of the ingredients come out, and I was like, ooh, I don't
peroxide.
know. It's a bit like I think it's got bleach, a form of bleach in which was what Proactive has in it.
Yeah.
And because they're chemists, women, which is not it's certainly not overly natural. I'd just be wary of what's in it. But one of the girls at work is actually a customer of mine. She's been using the eyelash thing, and her eyelashes have grown, but they look weird. They're like bits. Some have grown and some haven't. I was like, I found the eyelashes and they've fallen off.
Don't they disclose results may vary? There you go.
Yeah.
One eyelash is not like the other eyelash.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that deviation. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. I'm gonna go too. Bye.
Bye. Bye.